This is Daf Yomi Yerushalmi Shevi'is. The article is part of edition with Daf Gimel Amud Aleph. We got pretty far down, relatively speaking. We're up to Lezer Shaw in the third to last. Well, it starts at the end of the fourth last, but the third to last narrow line basically, and that in the Vilna is on. There's on base, an alpha and base. An alpha and base, the Lezer Shaw, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, about 12 lines are done. Okay, Lezer Shaw, Rebbe Lezer asks, Mizulu Sheshis way, with Tzad Esrim Chamesh. From tree to tree, there's 16, and to the side there is 25. So, I have a picture here in the Kavanaki. We're talking about 3 trees which are standing in a row in a field, with an open field, which is, and it's 16 almost from side to side, and that makes it a mata asela esla base saw, which is a normal standard. If you give a base saw around them, then you give each tree only 8 amos towards the tree next to it, and 25 amos to the two sides, like see your olive here. There are 8 amos between trees, 25 amos on the sides, 25 from side to side, 25 here, 25 there, and 8 between the trees themselves. So is it a din in the Sada, even though it's no unique or past 16 amos? We saw some line. Unique only goes 16 amos, not 25. Even the roots themselves stretch 25, which they can. We said the second parable of Basra. Actually, we saw Kilayim was the second parable of Basra. It's definitely the second parable of Basra recently. So it's the second parable of Basra. I think it was also Kilayim. Anyway, it was pretty sure it was also Kilayim. Anyway, so it's the same. So the Unica stops at 16 amos. I still go 25 amos to the side of the field to plow on Erev Shemitah. Yeah, it is about in base base. So that's one question. And the second question is, how do you assume it's got to go there? They're next to a fence where it's not an open field, and do we give it up to 50 amos even though they're next to the fence? That's over here. You go all the way over here. There are 8 amos apart over here, but I go all the way over there. Then I'm not just getting 25, I'm getting 50 amos. Oh, I say, yeah. Yeah, the same picture, by the way, in the article. At least in the first picture. That'll be the second picture. Maybe the second picture. No, at least the first picture, yeah. Rabbi Yosef says, in boys, nitin are boys in. If you want, we get a 40 saw from that halacha. So mikam, and give a saw on each direction. So if you want, he says, you can give them a huge amount, like this, 50 amos on each side. Here they are within 8 amos in the middle, in a row, and you give 50, 50, 50, 50. Now, that's specifically because of the wall. As everybody had written down inside of my Gemara here, this is the similar halach to Chavish by Kilayim, but the opposite reason. The same reason, but it gives us a heter, not an issa. In other words, the wall makes it all one area. Just like Kilayim, that's going to make it harder to plant in that area, and not Kilayim. Here, it's going to make it focus all the energy, so to speak, in that area, and therefore you can plant where there's a fence surrounding the entire area, 50 amos in all directions from those trees, which are legitimately 8 amos apart in the middle of the field. So Bekitzer comes out that that which is said in the Mishnah, every base saw, the entire base saw, and no more, that's when there's no fence. When there's a fence, you have obviously more than a base saw. A base saw in every direction. Rabbi Yerushalmi Shevi'is, really nice. So it's the saying, one grapevine which is trellised, two saw. At Chodesh Karka Shelech De'ah B'chutz L'Malei Oretz V'Salo B'Yisrael Shnei Prakim Rishonim. This is sounds like a question because it says boy, but here seems to be an inference, not a statement. So he said if you have the shir tachas ilam chutz l'kamil or v'salo, is normally it's assumed to be less than the base saw. But Rav tries to give us here, which is going to be more than base saw. If you have a huge grapevine, obviously, which is trellised on tops of sticks and branches, which expand over the area of a base or a sign, and you can plow or some of the ground, which is necessary for that tree, because the foliage derives sustenance from the ground underneath it. Then you have a scenario in which you can plow even more than a base for one tree, because it's such luxuriant foliage. Okay. Bitzur Shtei Prakim Rishonim. The Issur of two Prakim Rishonim. So there are a lot of changes here. In other words, in the Gemara it says Ilu, and it should be Elon. But first, I see I have a dot and after Malo Chutzalo, period. I put a period. The Gavanaki has the Issur Shnei Prakim Rishonim as part of the previous Gemara. Now, the Gemara according to this, the Gavanaki puts in the word Tanya. Elon and then Elon Milamalon. Not sure which way it goes, but the gist is the same. Okay, so Elon Milamalon, again, this is going to read Baz, and the Gavanaki will change Elon to Elon. Elon Milamalon, Choshi Elon Milamaton. If you have a tree which is on the incline of a mountain on top, you can plow beneath it because the roots spread down. Elon Milamaton, a tree lower down on the slope, Choshi Milamalon. You can plow far up on the slope because the roots stretch in that direction. Nicha Elon Milamalon, Choshi Milamaton. Okay, so well, wait a minute. You have trees on top of the slope, so you can plow down slope. The tree down slope, you can plow up slope. Do roots grow up? Let's learn over here. Over there. Well, in Basra, it says that in the second paragraph that if you have a bor that distant from a Elon, 25 amos away, because remember, the Yanika is only within 16 amos, the Shloshim extend 25 amos. It says, where the boar is on top and the boar is on bottom. And if you're going to say it doesn't matter whether the tree is on top or on bottom, where here Kavanaki changes, it's a little bit difficult, but I'm not sure there's any other way to change it here. Well, let me go with what he says. Okay, so he has his so the way he's on his knees, there's no raya from here, because maybe kavanah tosef this aser, where the trees on top and the roots are below, where the bor is, or where they're both equally on the bottom, but not where the tree is on top of the bor. That's the way he learned it. Otherwise, we think we have to change the DOC in order to make it work better. But anyway, so Amar Bechina said, no, you know what? It doesn't matter. Even if the tree is below, maybe the shloshim don't grow up, but they weaken the ground. So elimination shloshim. not because of the roots. They grind up, they soften the ground. They mark it shabar. It's going to ruin the bottom of the bore because the roots are going to grow into the bore on the slope up because they grow underneath the bottom of the bore and they're going to undermine the bore. They make the chach the magin or the bore. As of the Rabbi Yosef ben Ramar, Yechidi v'lo it's a brisa which forbids to plant a tree below a bore. Is in Das Yochid, we don't line it. The kind of came and learned its house whose Das Yochid is. She just one who said whether the tree is on top, in which case the roots do grow down. She is on the bottom, in which case the roots normally don't go up. But here, Rabbi Shimon answers either because he holds Rabbi Shimon answers either because he holds roots do grow up, or because he holds that the lateral roots are going to undermine the bottom of the board. And here you have a picture in the article of roots growing downwards, but shooting not upwards. What is worse. And that brings us to Gimel, which is on Daled of Ralph, of course. So stop here.